So our final speaker is Martin Dodd, all the way from Spain. He's on the international satellite link live down here. But Martin is going to talk to us something that's really relevant for a lot of us at the moment: staff retention. Martin's been working in financial planning since 1985 with the old Midlands Investment Agency. And his focus predominantly is all about helping business owners and individuals become more financially secure and worry less about money. Hey, we all want some of that, don't we? But his number one aim is to make sure that his clients never outlive their money. So in terms of that, I'm going to hand over now to Martin Dodd.
Morning all, thanks for having me on, David. It's great to be talking to you all from Spain here. I'm just going to share with my screen with you guys. This is what I'm going to talk about very quickly today, because I'm acutely aware of the amount of time that we've got left. Fits very well with what Michelle's been talking about, but I want to get granular really about the issues that anybody that runs a financial advice practice faces today. Just to take a step back, why I want to talk to you about this is just before COVID, I lost my paraplanner very suddenly. And then in the middle of COVID, I had to get rid of another member of staff. So I'm not a large practice, but I run a tight team. And I became acutely aware in COVID that I needed to make my team as solid as it possibly could be, because for all we're all hopefully running successful businesses. One of the weaknesses, or a big weakness for any business that we're all running, is that if we lose key members of our team, all of a sudden the wheels start to come off incredibly quickly, because we do so many micro things for our clients. If we lose key people, we've got a problem straight away. So my talk is around culture and stability. If we can create that for our working environments, then that's going to be a great place to work. So just to sort of throw that photograph in there, we've all seen offices like that. I am absolutely certain there is nobody here that's got an office that looks like that, but we know that they exist. So I'm going to whistle through this. So if you want more information, more granular information about what I'm talking about, just email me afterwards or leave a message in the chat box. So point by point, we've got to be competitive. And what I'm talking about there is what we pay people. I'm in the Midlands, not Birmingham. I'm in that surrounding area. I benchmark all salaries that I pay against Birmingham city centre salaries. And I make sure I'm either at that point or above that point with my pay point, because I don't want somebody coming along from a recruiter saying, I can pay you an extra £2,000 a year and lose a key member of staff for not a lot of money. So number one, salary's got to be competitive. Secondly, I'm a retirement expert, a retirement specialist, make sure people never run out of money. So as an advice firm, I have to walk the walk. So I'm going to tell you exactly what I do here. So not in the clouds, I'm getting granular here. I contribute as an employer 15% of salary into all of my staff's pensions, because I want to walk the walk. I can't tell my clients they've got to do this if I don't do it with my own team. I need to keep my team healthy. So as a part of my package, once you've been with me for 3 months, you join the private medical scheme that we run for all our staff. So it's quite interesting. As soon as people become a member of our private medical insurance scheme, they start making claims. It's amazing. They're not ill or don't need any care before, but as soon as you give them the opportunity to see a private consultant, they're straight in there. So your staff will appreciate that. Then what if they cannot work? I'm talking about long-term illness or accident. We also run a group income protection scheme. So again, once people have been with me for 3 months, they join the group income protection scheme, which would pay them an income after 3 months of incapacity up to normal retirement age, whatever that might be, because we've got slight different state retirement ages. And then what if the worst thing happens? What is the worst thing that could happen? They could die. So all my staff, again, after 3 months, they go into the group death in service scheme. 4 times basic salary. Apologies if I'm going fast here. I'm just looking at the clock knowing David's going to shut me off at 1:10. So they all get in the group death in service scheme after that probationary period. Something else that I introduced once we got back into the office post-COVID is what I call stop and feed. We have a canteen in our office. We stop for lunch for 30, 40 minutes every single day. We provide all the food. Quite often they are prepping the food, so there's none of this going out to Costa or anything like that, getting an expensive sandwich and expensive coffees. We stop and feed them. Really important. They actually don't want to go out for coffees anymore. They would rather stop and sit in our modern canteen, if that's what you want to call it, and enjoy a lunch break. I also do stop and play. So on Friday, before I came out to Spain last week, we all took the day off and we went and had a cookery course class for the whole day. Brilliant fun over in Shrewsbury. So we do stop and play days. A lot of companies will do things like this, skiing, golf, and all those sort of things. But my team are all ladies, so they're not particularly interested in skiing or golf. So we had a great day on Friday learning how to bake cakes. Even I enjoyed it. I also run a monthly encouragement program. None of my staff are salespeople as such. They're either report writers, paraplanners, administrators. But if I incentivize them with a very small, if you like, profit share, encourages them to keep the throughput going. At any one time, we probably, in a week, we've got 30 or 40 actions going on. If they don't make sure those actions happen, there's a risk that our productivity slips. So they don't get a monthly profit share every single month, but it's in there to keep them incentivized. We do an annual encouragement program. Again, this relates to profit share. It's relating to what we are doing month by month, but cumulatively. So I pay a couple of bonuses a year, depending on how successful a year we've had. So I always do one around Christmas because everybody runs out of money before they run out a month in December, January time. But I also do a profit share in the summer holiday period because a lot of my girls have got young children. It's nice to give them a bit of bonus when they're about to go on holiday. We are just right now introducing an EMI scheme. For those that don't know what that is an incentivization scheme. It's almost like a carrot that sits in front of your employees. The longer they work for you, within the criteria that you set down to qualify, they are earning money in advance, which they can cash out of into the future. So again, it's helping tie those key members of staff in place. Career development, I sponsor the people in my team that want to take qualifications, want to encourage them to continue developing themselves professionally. You know, if they leave me at some point in the future, I want to make sure that they leave me in a better position than when they came to me. Home or office, we're all in the office at the moment, but I do give my staff the option to work from home. The reality for us at the moment, because the environment that I've created, they want to be in the office, but they can work from home if they want to. So I'm not, you know, you've got to be here or there's no job. It doesn't work like that. I like to think that I also go the extra mile with my team. So little thing that I introduced a few years ago might be divisive with those that don't have children, but I, as part of the annual holiday allowance, I don't include Christmas plays or sports days, because I know when you've got young families, that's really important. How many mums and dads have missed Christmas plays or sports days because they haven't got the annual leave or their boss won't let them take the afternoon off? So I let them take those without any need for taking annual leave or even a pay deduction. We always have a shutdown at Christmas. It's not part of the annual leave days. So we finish one day before Christmas and we don't come back until the new year. So just shut the whole place down, let them get rested up, ready for the next year. Doctors and dentist appointments, not part of annual leave requirement either. I mean, of course, all this only works if you have a team that are not going to take the metaphorical P. So if I was running a larger business, I've got 5 employees, so it's a pod type operation. If I was running a bigger operation, I would create pods and make a manager responsible for all of this within the teams. Because if you get a bigger team, all this sort of doctor and dentist, Christmas plays, etc., would very quickly get out of hand. So doctors and dentist appointments, don't have to take half a day after that either. I also operate what I call a 5-day buyback. If you don't use your annual leave allowance, you can get 5 days extra pay because you haven't used your allowance. So it doesn't amount to a lot of money for me, but it makes a big difference to my team. So this is my current office setup in the middle of COVID. We've completely refurbed our office. That's where my team works collectively. That's my entranceway into my reception. Got some nice artwork there. That's Paul Kenton, for anybody that knows. I bought some original artwork to put in my office just to create this really smart, funky environment that is nice for people to come and work in and for my clients to visit. There's a couple of members of my team smiling away, so happy to see that they are enjoying themselves, and that's a couple more members of my team. That's my meeting room, massive atlas on the world there. I couldn't tell you lot to have to have an atlas in your meeting room. It is so brilliant for client meetings, and it never fails to inspire people and conversations. That's our canteen, where we all break for lunch. So as you can see, I just thought I'd share these photographs with you because it just shows what a clean and pleasant environment it is. So this all goes back to having the right culture to create stability in our business. And that's me doing a bit of financial planning. So I've whistle-stopped through everything there. I hope I haven't gone too fast. But that's basically what I've done, and I am continuing to do to make sure that I don't lose people that I don't want to lose. I want to keep my team together as long as I possibly can. And that's the end of my presentation. So thank you very much for all listening, and hopefully you've got some takeaways from that.